In today's Beyond the Dream, we focus on Muslim Lakhani, a man of Islamic faith who gives generously to the Salvation Army, a Christian charity. While it might seem odd, it is a relationship that is producing a real act of brotherly love.
I think everybody has a passion. God uses us when we humble ourselves.
Muslim Lakhani says he always desired to serve humanity. As a child growing up in Karachi, Pakistan, he saw people living in poverty. He recalls how his mother always encouraged him to help feed those who are hungry.
Feeding became a passion of mine because when I was young, my mother would always tell me to, if there was somebody outside waiting to, asking for food, she would say, take half your food and go and give it to them.
Lakhani has lived all over the world as a professional polo player. Through the years, he became a successful entrepreneur and philanthropist. 6 years ago, he moved his family to Washington, D.C., where he was introduced to the Salvation Army. Lakhani, a man of Muslim faith, was moved by the Christian organization's commitment to do the most good for people in need. Through his charitable foundation, Social Vision, he donated $150,000 to fund the Salvation Army's Great Patrol, a program that feeds the homeless 365 days a year.
This is not about Christian organization, me being a Muslim, somebody being Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu. It's about fellow human beings.
We have really struck a relationship and a friendship that's very different than other sort of donor non-profit relationships.
Major Steve Morris of the Salvation Army and Muslim Lakhani share a common hope of feeding the hungry. The Salvation Army's Great Patrol is a nightly feeding program operating in the nation's capital from a van. Morris says the program is now funded entirely by Lakhani's generous giving.
I'm sure the fact that you received this gift from someone who is not of the Christian faith must have raised some curiosity.
It breaks through stereotypes that Christians are intolerant and not willing to work with others, and Muslims are what sometimes we think just watching the news, that Muslims are just 19 people.
Lakhani says it makes him feel good to know that his money is being used to help those in need.
It's an act of human dignity. It's an act of your belief, your faith, of doing something good for your fellow human being.
And let me point out that Muslim Lakhani has been giving that donation on a yearly basis. That's $150,000 each year. This year, in an effort to get more donations for the Salvation Army, Lakhani is offering a $150,000 matching gift. So, Jamie, the Salvation Army in D.C. could get a lot more money thanks to a man who really cares about what they're doing.
Great example.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. Meanwhile,